Okay, now I've opened up a can of worms too. I'll explain here in a minute. Okay, here's the pipe that was just sitting in there and I pulled it out, and here it is. That's the one that was not connected to anything, and years ago that's the type of drippers they used to install. Remember? They were flag drippers. You didn't have like the dripper bubblers that you get nowadays. And so that probably came down here, and then they disconnected it, and then they ran that other pipe. Now see, that's the one that goes up to here. See, it goes up from there. And I say I open up a can of worms because here's the 1/8 inch tubing that was poked in, and see, remember it was swiveling around. That's why, because it was kind of kinked. Oh no, it was on that end, and it was right down there, and I wasn't paying attention. I was digging, and it snapped right off, clean off. You see, this end piece is a coupling, and it goes into that 1/8 inch tubing. I'll see if I can't get that out to explain to you, because see, it snapped clean off right there. And I know that the other part of that is right in there, and you might think, oh, just poke a hole, a 1/4 inch tubing hole with your little tuber cutter, and you know, whenever you do drip irrigation, you've got to have one of these. You've got to have one of these things here. Okay, this is for 1/4 inch tubing. See that little thing? Now you press that in there, and you pop a hole in your drip irrigation pipe. Well, I was thinking, okay, well, I'll just push that in and make the hole bigger and put a plug in there. Well, I can't do that, because if I try to push this in, the back side of that coupling that's snapped off right here is then going to get inside the pipe. So next time the water's turned on, that little piece is going to flow in there, and it may stop there, it may stop at the next one, it may stop at the end of the line, or it may get caught in one of the bubbler tubes, and it could cause something down the line from here for the rest of the backyard. Okay, one of the bubblers could get plugged up with the back side of that. Do you see what I mean? And so what do you suppose I'm going to end up doing? I'm going to have to cut that pipe out and put a little coupling in the main drip pipe. When I cut that out, I'll cut it out, and then I can show you the back side of that. I don't have one of those right now, and you can see this water has been running out of there. Remember, I said the sprinklers are off, the drip irrigation is off, and that keeps running to a certain extent. That's because this drip line goes up this way. It kind of goes up the hill here. So any water that's in this line from here down is kind of, some of it is dripping out of here. That's why this little bit is starting to fill up a little bit, along with my other explanation why this was filling up, because it was filling up even when I had this on there and I didn't have it snapped off. Remember, because this pipe was up above the water. Okay, so lots of things going on here, and I don't know where that other one, remember, there was the other one. Okay, this was the one that got broken off, and there's another one just like this that's down in there. I'm not going to dig that out to find out where it goes. It probably is connected over here, and it goes up there. I don't care about that one. I don't even care if it's plugged up. And once I turn the bubblers back on after I make all the repairs, then I'll turn the sprinklers back on, and I'll see if that other bubbler under here is even working. You know, the one that looks just like this. See if it's working under there, and if it's not, then I can make a decision as to, okay, on this existing pipe, cut this off, make this a little bit longer so I can extend it up there further, and put a bubbler on it. Instead of putting, I was going to put a 1 gallon bubbler on there. Okay, if that other bubbler's not working, maybe I decide to put a 2 gallon bubbler on there. Do you see what I mean? I could do anything like that. Okay, so in a sense, had I not snapped that off, then I would have had to have made a decision, and I probably would have just capped this off by doing that business. You know, now I can't do that. Or I could have pulled the coupling out and put a plug in there. I've got plugs, and so I could have snapped that in there, but I don't need to have a plug now, because when I cut this out and I put that coupling on there, it'll be a slip jointed coupling on there. Then I won't need to do anything to that. Do you see what I mean? Okay, so I've got my game plan. I'm going to have to go to the store on that one. Okay, and I might I'll probably add that to the end of this, and I could also make it another video as well. But okay, so I know what I need to do. I've got to get a coupling for that, and I'm not even gonna worry about this one just yet until I get back with the couplings, so I can fix that and all that. But before I go to the store, I'm gonna look at this one, and I've got to make a decision what to do with this, right? I'm gonna dig this back a little bit, and I might have to look underneath this bush too. My guess is there maybe used to be another bush in this area, and that bubbler could have been for that. And we'll have to make a determination on that. I'm not gonna put that on this particular video. Okay? See you next time. Now here's something maybe will answer a question for you. I told you I've been bailing this out. I bailed it out probably five different times so far. Why does the water keep filling up? We know the sprinklers are off, and it's because there was so much water in with all this bark, and the ground is saturated. So once you get all the water out one time, you get all the rest of the water seeping back to fill this back up. So I'm fine with that. I just keep bailing it out and do what I got to do to get it done. Well, that's all I got for this time, but I'll be back with more videos.